This is David Black. I'm a criminal defense lawyer in Phoenix, Arizona, discussing fraud charges. If you're facing fraud charges and you contact us, we're going to ask you some questions, try to understand what the nature of the fraud is. Fraud, sort of broadly, the definition of fraud is making a false statement in order to obtain a benefit. That is the same critical elements for both state fraud and federal fraud. What we want to know is what is the alleged dollar amount of the loss? In Arizona, for example, if a fraud is alleged to have cost more than $100,000, there are certain mandatory prison guidelines that can affect you. We want to know which agency is investigating it. Now, if it's a federal case, there may be a lawyer that we can actually work with in advance to try to mitigate the damages. Same with the Attorney General's office in Arizona. And if it's assigned to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, we can talk to them, we can find out the status of charges. But because the lawyers don't work on the investigations at that agency, there's a little bit less we can do in advance of charging. So what can be done? Well, fraud is not a one-size-fits-all crime. It's not like a DUI or an assault charge where it's pretty clear somebody did it, there's 3 witnesses, and it's a simple case. Every fraud case is different, every allegation is different, and usually there are elements of truth. So some elements of truth, yes, the client received this money, but some elements of either untruths or things that are in debate, whether or not the client had consent to receive the money, for example, whether or not the statement that the client made was actually a false statement or designed to elicit the receipt of that benefit. So what we try to do is we try to investigate this. We talk to witnesses, we review reports, we review financial statements, we review disclosure statements, whatever it is that you're dealing with, we review it. Now, in a perfect world, we have this from the very beginning. We're able to deal with both the civil side and the criminal side of fraud and avoid fraud charges altogether. But if somebody is charged with fraud, we still have quite a few tools at our disposal. Obviously, we're trying to prove that our clients did not commit the general crime. If they did, we're trying to talk about restitution and ways to mitigate damages and keep our clients out of prison. So ultimately, each of these circumstances are very different. I mean, we've got federal cases, we've got county cases, we've got state attorney general cases, we've got civil fraud, we've got criminal fraud. But if you're dealing with any of this, we can help with all of it. So please feel free to call us anytime. Our number is 480-280-8028. Thank you.